Hello, everybody.
Howdy.
That's a little too close. There we go. I'm Bo. You know that guy over there. Uh, if you could not tell, today is a special episode. We have some guests. We got the everybody from Aphotic Realm. The three,
Howdy.
the three heads of the Hydra. Uh, please go around and introduce yourself.
I'm Dustin.
Yeah, we know who you are. We see
Oh,
you enough.
I'm AA Medina, or Adrian, you can call me.
I'm Chris.
Hey
The
guys,
serious one.
the
Yeah.
series. Yeah, he's got tinted fingers. He's in thought all the time. Uh,
Just
man,
nervous.
don't be nervous. It's just us. Uh, yeah, I'm so glad because after a really long hiatus, Aphotic Realm is back. The magazine is out. The new
Yep.
issue. It looks good. I'm waiting to get mine. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. So, first question. Where the hell have you guys been?
Well,
I know it's a loaded question.
yeah.
Yep.
I think I could speak for all of us when I say the last couple years have been insane for all of us for our own reasons, obviously.
Yeah.
Don't want to get too in depth, but family stuff, personal stuff, career changes, all that fun stuff. So,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys have been. I think every one of you guys has been jumping through a lot of mental hoops and
Well,
hurdles and.
You're not excluded in that either, Bo. So,
Oh, I
Right.
know, but like you know,
yeah. Yeah.
I don't. I'm not one of the heads of Aphotic Realm, man. It's crazy, but it's seeing you guys go through so much. So considering everything that happened, I don't know how much in the detail how much you want to go into it. That's completely up to you guys. When was the point that you realized, like, okay, we need to step back, and then when was the point where you're like, okay, we need to get back on the horse. We need to get the magazine back up again.
I know.
Well,
Were you guys? Oh, sorry. You
I could say for me, I was looking forward to. Well, I was hoping that my cohorts here would still continue on without me in my absence. But I think that when that all happened, when I was in the hospital and stuff, then we were like, okay, we need to figure things out, rethink things. And when I came out of the hospital, we all sat down for a discussion, just to chat and whatnot, and clear things up. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Something like that.
It was like a perfect like cocktail because right before he went into the hospital, I was going through like mental stuff. You know what I mean? Like burnout, like hardcore burnout. So, and I was already like, when you just dread doing stuff you love. I was just dreading everything, and then that happened, and I was like, "There's no way. Like, we gotta wait, and we all need to take a step back and breathe." And future's unclear, but I'm glad we're back, though. So
Yeah.
No, same here. Chris, what was your experience like just watching? I know we don't have to go into detail. It was just like, Dustin had this health scare that, everybody in the community was just absolutely terrified. And that took you out of commission for a bit. But what was, your perspective of everything going on?
For me, it was my dad's health began failing. To be fair, it had been failing for a number of years, but mid 2021, it had really started to decline, and he eventually passed in just a day before his birthday in February of last year. So there was that, and I caught COVID probably 3 or 4 weeks prior to that. So I had just gotten over it just before having to go for his funeral. So since then, or even since before then, I have made 3 trips back and forth to Alabama and here. One by plane that started out on plane and ended up in an Uber. That was a traveling nightmare that I hope to never repeat. And I haven't flown since, but
Yeah.
it's just been that, and my job slightly changed, a little more pressure, day job wise.
Yeah.
There was a snowball effect.
Yeah, Chris is like our main, editor of short stories and deals with the email and stuff. He was gone for like 3 weeks and then back for 2 weeks. You know what I mean? It was just like, one of the Hydras is gone.
Yep.
So, and then, but I think everything's kind of settled down a little bit. Right? I hope.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Compared to the last 18 months prior to the new year, definitely.
Well, I mean, like you said, it's health scares, mental health issues, deaths in the family, career changes. All these things were happening within like weeks of each other, all at once. So it's very understandable that you guys were like, okay, we need to just not worry about the magazine right now.
Yeah.
But so when you came back, the decision was made last year to just we're coming back, and you guys implemented some like huge changes to the magazine. Talk about those.
I'll go, since I'm the one that formats it and stuff like that. It just the way I was doing it was just too, and in that it was just too much. I guess it made sense. Like, it makes sense. It was too much to do for me, one person, like doing all the graphic design stuff. But with that said, I've progressed leaps and bounds in that area, so that's not a big deal anymore. And we just changed the interior format. We just wanted to make it look a little bit more professional. It was a little too wonky, I guess, the old issues. And that's at, my inexperience doing them back then. They're better now. And we also, I'll let Destin attest to this, we stopped the alphabet theme because it was fun at first, but then we were like, okay.
Yeah.
So, like,
we got to arguments about, like, it was just a mess because it's like, what do we do with this? And we were dreading the whole thing. And I don't know. I think the way we approached it now is a lot better, because we're just taking the best stories that come into us at that point. And I think that just elevates the whole thing.
Yeah, it felt like we were pigeonholing people by saying we need something this theme. And if we're gonna do themes, we'll just do an anthology. I don't think we need to make a magazine out of it. And also, it kind of limits the graphics that go into it, because if it's say Z for zombies, every graphic's gonna have a zombie on it, and it's kind of boring at that point. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I don't know how many people actually like it's neat because it's not apparent at first, but when you go back and look at those old issues, like, oh yeah, of course they're going by the alphabet. It's really neat. But yeah, I could totally see how that would paint you guys in a corner each time.
Like A through D was cool and easy, and then once you go up, we're like, okay, you know what I mean? You're looking at a thesaurus, like.
I mean, we did Eldritch instead of Cthulhu, so we passed that one over and came back around to it, and it's like, all right, well, it works now for Eldritch, so we'll do that.
You did, and plus you made the decision, which is it's one of those hard decisions. You decided to take everything out of print, the old issues, just to have like a fresh start.
Yeah.
Did that decision come about easily, or?
No, not really. But we also weren't pushing them, so they weren't really selling. We'd get a couple here and there. Another thing we're going forward with is being better and more persistent and consistent with marketing. But I do have all the files, and I want to make like a big, in the future, like omnibus of like the old school issues.
Oh, that would be neat. Yeah.
I mean, it'd probably be expensive, like the printing costs and everything. Like 500 pages of full color, but it'd be for those people that want it. I know I want one. So
yeah, I'd want one because I don't have all the issues. I know there's a couple I missed out on. So yeah, because you got all those great comics and stuff too. And when those came in, those were really like your. I just tell everybody you're like it's like you're a North American heavy metal. That's just the easiest way to describe the magazine.
Yeah.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You should. Heavy metal is awesome.
I believe one of the illustrators, or maybe just the colorist of one of the comics that are in the most recent issue, is worked on heavy metal.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw a sneak peek of some of those comics. I was like, holy shit. This is
they're
good
amazing.
stuff. Great stuff. So I don't know about everybody. I remember when you made the announcement that you were coming back, it was like a huge influx of support and submissions.
Mm-hmm.
Going back in, was that tricky to kind of get back on the horse?
It was tricky because, sorry if I'm talking too much. I just chugged a whole coffee. But I know that our prior submission, like Windows, we quadrupled that. So not only were we trying to get back into the swing of things, we were overwhelmed. I think we had almost 200 submissions, and we just had the window open for a month.
Yep.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah. And yeah, so we were like, okay, we got to divide and conquer this.
Yeah.
Plus, you made the smart decision to go quarterly to give you time to kind of rebound off everything.
Yeah. Well, we were doing kind of quarterly. We were going to see what the success of this issue is to determine the frequency of how we do it each year. So, like if it was a dud and didn't sell, put a lot of work into something that doesn't sell kind of sucks. It's disheartening. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But it's doing okay though.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So
that's good. What is now that it's like in print, it's out there now. How do you guys feel about it?
I feel good.
With the way it turned out.
Have we got slots, don't we? I kind of want to. Okay.
Yep. So that's our issue.
There's the actual cover. It looks really great. I love the. I'm a sucker for dead astronauts.
Our second issue was banished, and I believe an artist from, I want to say Croatia, he submitted his version of a dead astronaut for the cover, and we used it. And I think ever since then we're kind of like, I think we found our like mascot theme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just makes sense with Aphotic Realm and everything. So,
well,
it sort of encompasses everything. Like, I mean, from the skulls to the dark fantasy, the space, the sci-fi aspect of the astronaut, and then just being dead is another whole thing.
Yeah. It's I really do love that cover. And then let's jump on the gun, but you guys are I mean, you're already working on another anthology just as this thing launches.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of the success of the Appalachian horror.
Yep.
Yeah, that, and I mean, Chris is from Alabama. He lives in Phoenix now for years, right? Long time. But I've probably been to the woods maybe 10 times in my 35 years on this earth. I think I've seen snow 3 times. So when I read horror that takes place in, spooky haunted forests or stuff like that, like I appreciate it. I like it, but it just does not relate to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I've wanted to do this for a long time. And to clarify, I don't want like Westerns or splatter Westerns. I want actual, takes place there. So sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not professional on my phone. My wife texted me. Okay.
Have you not been watching our show?
Dude, I'm so far behind on consuming like any media. So besides podcasts that are like very I've just been consuming true crime podcasts as I work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, so I want to go back. I want to talk what's been some of your highlights from this issue, not to play favors, but like what story in there was just like, oh, we definitely gotta snag this one up.
I'll let Chris start on that one. I know he has a favorite.
A single favorite, no. There were probably the 4, maybe 3 or 4 that come to my mind were Ladybug, Home is Where the Hive Is, Under Aegis.
Great
I
title,
think
by the way.
Foulness in the Depths, if I'm saying the title correctly.
Yeah.
Home is Where the Hive Is hit me because of my pest control background. And I've been around a lot of elderly people in the past few years.
And just throw it in. It's by Anna Everts.
Yes.
Sorry, I had to pull up our list of authors and stuff. I'm bad with
Thank
names.
you for that.
Yeah.
But Ladybug. Yeah, Ladybug was, I mean, it's, I can't remember what I wrote about it in the email to the author, but it was very guttural to me. I feel like it, I know in my mind, one of the quarterly issues that we struggled with in our previous existence was justice. When we got to J, trying to find a good theme to go with, I feel like Ladybug would have been one that would have fit that particular thematic because there is that dark sense of justice at the end because she's getting vengeance, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah. So that one's by Alex Gray, by the way.
And then thank you, Adrian, for bailing me out. I left my copy of this at work. I loaned it out to a coworker. Trying to generate some buzz. Hopefully it'll work, but I digress. Under Aegis tickles that interest in mythology and dark fantasy. And then
Leia loved it.
He's right on top of it.
I got you. Just so we don't pass it, you know.
Yeah. But yeah, Foulness in the Depths is it Harry Lawrence?
H.R. Lawrence, yes.
H.R. Lawrence.
Yes.
That one's just straight up dark fantasy.
Yeah.
There's wizards, there's an ogre. I mean, it's some kind of weird demonic creature that comes out in the end. I mean, it's just spoiler alert, but but yeah, those were the ones that stuck out to me the most, and just that really floored me. Really enjoyed reading them.
What about you, Dustin? Do you have a favorite child in that magazine?
No, I don't have a favorite child in real life or in the magazine. I actually enjoyed them all. But yeah.
I was just saying, Adrian.
Yes, I'm going to slaughter his name. Way bad.
The Hendermans or whatever his name is.
Okay, so Teeth by Joachim Heindrum, and I'm a huge hockey fan. I should know how to pronounce names like this. Heindremans, Heijndermans. Anyways, it's about essentially an artificial intelligent robot on a hostile planet goes rogue, and it's a vintage story as well. And he's had one of his stories adapted into Love, Death, and Robots on Netflix. So,
oh really?
Yeah, he just has that style. If you can't tell, I love sci-fi horror. That's like my favorite. I'm reversed.
Yeah, that's
that thing.
Put this up so people can go snag that. That's which episode of Love, Death, and Robots did he do? Or do you happen to know?
I have it. It's the one All Through the House. It was the one with the Christmas night and the presents.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. I love it. Moving up in the big leagues, man. Yeah, that's cool.
And then the other one is Demons of the Stitch by S. Alejandro Martinez. It's very Clive Barkery, like body horror Clive Barkery. So.
Yeah. Oh, good. I love Alessandro. He's so good.
Me too.
We got to get him. He's been leaking that he's working on something, and we got to get him on the show. Talk to him about his new novella. So,
Excuse me.
how does it start thinking about where you started with the magazine and where you're at now? How do you feel looking back on everything, and not just the magazine, because you guys put out several collections and anthologies and stuff. Just the breadth of your work. How do you guys feel looking back on it now, where you're at?
Well, I know I feel positive about it. I don't think there's anything that I'm ashamed of that we worked on. I think it's all really good.
I mean, it should be. It is good. What about you, Adrian? How do you feel about?
I like all of it. My goal is the next thing we publish needs to be better than the last thing we published.
Yeah.
And learning the indie publishing industry, dealing with an array of authors. It's not like we're just pumping out our own stuff and dealing from within. You learn a lot. You learn how to communicate. You learn how to market. You learn what works and what doesn't.
Doesn't.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're still learning, so we're just got to apply those lessons to every release.
Yeah. So, not to mention everything. It's constantly changing and evolving too in the midst of everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chris, what about you? Your children are growing up now. Like, how does it feel looking back on everything?
When I joined these guys, I was just somebody that came in to read the stories and help them review the stories. And since then, I've bought into it, and I'm an editor instead of a associate editor.
Co-owner.
And it just blows my mind to see my name on the inside cover of the magazines when they come out. I don't know.
It really shouldn't kid people. Every issue it looks so good. It's not. I don't know. You guys should be charging more because it looks so good. It's not this little flimsy thing. It's not in black and white.
This is our first issue.
Yeah, just the first issue right there, and that's not even considering how much you've evolved since then.
Right. And it's full color all through here.
It's great artwork.
I love the first issue, but I also cringe looking at it because.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, that's the artist eye. You're going to do that.
Yeah. I hate everything about A Day After I create it. So.
We need to answer the question here.
Oh, we did have a question. What is this podcast about?
Well, it's about all things geek. Is what we normally do. We're the Geek-Men of the podcasts.
Pop culture. We cover just everything and everything, basically.
Right now, we are interviewing Aphotic Realm.
Who, should go out and buy those. And also, if you're curious about like the type of people we're going to, we got like Silverline, the colors from Silverline Comics coming up.
Yep.
You got a great cosplayer coming in soon.
Yeah.
I was
wouldn't
looking
even
at his
necessarily
Instagram.
Like shoehorn him in as a cosplayer.
That's fair enough.
He's really like works on props and stuff, like really high quality props. So I'm pumped about that.
He's a fabricator, one of those guys.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, that's going to be exciting to have them on.
Yep.
So let's talk about. I want to go back to this. Sonora and horror. Let's see. Well, I should say congratulations because Appalachian Horror he reached 150 reviews.
Well, congratulations to you. You're the editor.
Yeah, man.
I know, but I didn't do anything. I just picked stories. That's not. Those guys, people wrote those stories, and they're great.
Yeah,
they are great. So,
and this naturally, like Adrian said, he wants to do more of this type of thing because the first one was such a great success. So Sonora and horror is the next step.
Well, it's such a vast, untapped. There's not a lot of horror that takes place out. I mean, what would you think? Like Tremors. You get like Tremors, Chupacabra, Wendigos. Like you occasionally get stuff, but you're right. Like a lot of it does take place.
But I think Tremors is in the Mojave Desert,
Oh,
Mojave Desert, because it's Nevada, isn't it?
I think it is. Thank you for correcting me.
I'm messing with you. I'm being pretentious, but facetious.
Please.
No, but I mean, there's like in Arizona alone, because it stretches into parts of California and Mexico. But I mean,
here, let's
Oh, there you go. So
this is basically what we're looking for.
Yeah. But I mean, Bo, I know because we were working on our super secret project. We need to get back on that eventually.
Secret, yes, we do.
But you were introduced to a lot of the folklore from where I'm from, like the indigenous folklore.
It's crazy. Super cool. There's so much. People should just look up anything about like just like any
Navajo,
the native
Apache, yeah. So
it's so fascinating because I remember when we were just talking about what we were going to do, we had too much to choose from.
Mm-hmm. And then you got abandoned copper mines. Just the animals here, like Gila monsters and javelina, rattlesnakes, scorpions. You could do a number of creature features with that. I mean, the saguaro cactus, cacti in general. Beautiful, beautiful plants. They bud flowers and they're beautiful, but I mean, they hurt. I've born and raised in Arizona, being a stupid kid. Number of times I've tried to like jump over a cactus with my skateboard or something, and it did not end well. You know what I mean? So,
well, I really hope people dig into that and you get some really good. Of course, if you're listening, there is no. Just go to their submissions page on aphoticrealm.com and
submissions are open until July 15th.
They start June 15th.
Yeah, though. June 15th to July 15th.
Give it a shot. There's a lot of that's what I love about you guys. You don't the little guy, even the little guy can come in who has nothing printed. He can like, hey, I got an idea for a story. Here's my story. And they can knock it out of the park.
Mm-hmm.
There's been so many authors that we've been their first publisher, and they've gone on to write amazing things, and they're in super pro markets now. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
yeah. I just appreciate you guys don't gatekeep. I really do.
No. Anyone and everyone from any background could submit. So.
Yeah.
Oh man. What else have we got in these? Dustin was having my back on. Oh yeah, there's the website, of course. You guys on everything. I was having to look all this stuff up because just to tease it, I didn't want the audio from the interview to go to waste. That's in the magazine, so I'm putting together a video. I'm almost done. I've put like so many man hours into
it. I'm excited to hear it. It was a really good interview.
Yes, Seth, if you're listening, good Lord, that was so fun. But yeah, that'll be up on you guys, the website soon enough.
Yeah.
Man. So,
Which,
go ahead.
I'm working on the website. It's taking time.
The bones are there. It just doesn't have any flesh on it yet. So.
Yeah.
No, you guys have made like such a huge pivot, especially with everything that happened. You guys kind of, it's like you guys had time to step back from it and reevaluate.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of forced to. So
yeah,
which is nice. You know, you should step away and let things kind of settle in unconsciously, and then
And like, I know this isn't like a huge deal, but we're paying all of our authors now.
Oh yeah, I should have said that up front. You guys moved into payment because it was initially it was
contributor copies.
Yeah.
So that was always our goal when we started. We're like, hey, we're gonna start a free thing, post stories on our website. If we make a publication, we're gonna do contributor copies. We're gonna get flack, but it's like, don't submit. I hate that argument. I love that argument. I hate that argument. Pay your writers, but if publication can't offer, a bunch of money, you don't have to submit to it as an author. But now we're starting at 1 cent a word, and hopefully we can bump that up to 2, then 3, and then 4, and then finally we get into the pro markets in the long run. So we don't want to bankrupt ourselves.
Right.
So
It's I'm very interested to see like what comes because I'm just the amount of good material that came out of just coming back already because I've heard nothing but good things about everything that's in there.
Yeah.
And as you said, you got pros coming in now, so like and I'll attest for Alessandro. He's great. I've read. He's a award winner. Did he Stoker
Bra-
come
I believe he was Bram Stoker nominated. Yes,
nominated?
Yeah.
Still, man,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
it's huge
Yeah,
because that's not easy.
no,
uh, man, everybody talked everything else so fast. I'm out of questions. You guys answered everything great. But okay, so guys, what have you already talking about the next issue, or are you focusing on the anthology first?
we have a couple anthologies we want to bust out before the next issue.
Yeah.
I'm going to take on Sonoran Horror. Chris is going to take on one, and Dustin's going to take on one editing duties. So kind of pick our little niche, and then get those rolling. I mean,
Yeah.
Cool. Have you had? Oh no, you can't. You couldn't have had any submissions. Okay, so now that you've come back, you got like a brand new start, fresh eyes on everything.
mhm.
Is there anything that you want, anything else that you want to implement or change, or just see come out of the magazine for the future? Not everybody at once. Shut up.
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
I just want to see like continued success.
Yeah.
That's really it. It's never going to be the biggest thing in the world, but if we have a nice little, consistent fan base, then at least we're doing it for somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
So if people are excited for the next one to come out, and it just maybe a small group of people, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, definitely. Chris, what do you? Is there anything you wanna see happen down the line?
Oh, I mean, yeah, like Adrian said, just continued success. And we keep putting out a good product, and the authors who submit to us are happy with it. They already have a fan base in most cases. They're going to put eyes on it. If they like it, word of mouth is going to do the rest. And my hope is that that's what happens, and
Yep.
we end up with a whole nother kind of problem.
Yeah.
Is finding that new content to keep putting out. And I don't want us to become a content mill per se, where we're just putting stuff out to have something out there.
Oh, please don't.
But as long as it's good quality content and we have a strong, loyal fan base, at the end of the day, I think that's what we're all three looking for.
Yeah.
And that's that goes to what one of our big changes were when we stepped back, because it got to the point where we were trying to post something on our website like every other day, and you know what I mean, and it started feeling like a content mill. Like we weren't connecting with the actual content we were putting out. We were just putting it out to try to stay relevant, and it quality over quantity.
Yeah, it worked for some. It works for some people, but it wasn't working for us.
Yeah. So
Well, I think just the initial reaction after, because when everybody was worried that the magazine might not keep going when it was announced you guys were coming back, I think just that response should say enough about how much people love the magazine and the community, because you guys are, it's like you said there, you're not just putting stuff out. Like I don't read that stuff because it's all the same.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna get a bunch of Stephen King knockoffs and Dean Koontz, and you're just gonna get that over and over again.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys digging and finding those those gemstones.
that's the fun story.
Yeah, like when you guys get excited and stuff, and you find like a really good story, and you're the first one to lay eyes on it. That's got to be exciting, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Yep. I mean, there's been times when the three of us were arguing like back and forth, like this is a good story. No, this one's better, and this one deserves a place. And we couldn't come to a decision. So yeah, I definitely feel you there.
Well, let's go back because I don't know if we've ever talked. I know there's like a, the typical short form of it, but when did you guys like get together and decide like we got to do a magazine?
Well, Adrian and I we're in college together. So after we finished up, we didn't want to lose the steam that we had going, because there was a lot of motivation to keep going. And so we had all that. We took our time off and we're like, all right, let's do a magazine.
Yeah.
And then we just decided what are we into? Well, we both like horror, sci-fi, all that kind of stuff. So we're like, let's do it. And then I think a few months later, we got Chris involved, and it all sort of snowballed from there.
Yeah, we had no idea what we were doing.
Right.
It was a lot of, YouTube University and reading blogs and stuff. I mean, that's how you learn stuff, but how to do something new. But it was, we were swinging in the dark, and it actually, I remember the first submission we got when we opened it. It was like 2 days after we opened it for the online one. And don't know the author, but it was like,
I think it was like, Audra Kate Gonzalez.
No, I think that's the first one we accepted. There was one, but the story was like maybe 80 words, and it didn't make any sense. And
right. Yeah.
I was like,
I do remember that one.
It was like jumbled stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, is this gonna be what it's like? Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was like, I think we were like, is this a weird formatting error? Like, did it just not come through, or what's the deal here?
What was the response letter to that one?
I let Dustin handle that one, I think.
I don't even remember.
Oh man.
I'm very much like, hey, if I'm gonna do the formatting and the art, you guys should answer emails. I load email. I'm not a tech person at all either. So when Dustin's like, hey, just upload this website, I was like, do you want it to crash? I'll click something. I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm like, don't let me touch that stuff.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Oh, well, so we kept him off of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to play like be in the background, but I do know there's a lot of sometimes there can be some stress football passing.
Yeah.
But it's good because there's three of you guys, and it really does. Just being friends with you guys, it's very apparent that you guys love one another and you got each other's backs, and I think that's what keeps the magazine going.
Well, we come from, I mean, besides being three straight white guys, we have very different backgrounds. You know what I mean? So how we were raised, apparently.
Yeah.
And, stuff like that. We push aside our weird philosophies to be friends with each other. So.
Well, when was that point where when the magazine was let's say the first issue, when the first issue was out, when was the moment you were like, okay, this could work?
After, I think for me, when it actually sold a couple issues, I was like, okay, we didn't do all this work just to throw it into the void. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Well, I know for me when we were kicking around the just the concept, like from the top down, from just naming it and then figuring out exactly what it was, and then when Adrian sent over the first rough copy of the cover art, that's when I was like, okay, this is gonna work. That's when I was just like, yes, we need to make this happen.
And shout out to our ex art supervisor and in-house artist Gunnar Larson for many of the covers and stuff like that. He moved to like North Dakota or something and is busy, so couldn't be. He used to be the fourth head of the Hydra, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Gunner's. Yeah, I remember Gunner's super talented artist. You guys did a comic together, right?
Yeah, we did one issue. Now he's working on art concepts for a video game that's coming out.
Really?
So
okay.
Nice, good paid gig. I still talk to him here and there. But like I said, he lives in one of the Dakotas now. I don't know.
If anybody in the Dakotas see Gunner, tell him we had to say hi.
Apparently, it's like a town with like 400 people, and he just draws all day, which I mean seems like the life. But
right.
yeah, for him at least, he's not a very. He's just like me. I don't want to leave the house ever. So
I don't leave the house ever.
yeah. I got everything right here in this room. So
Yeah. So a couple of you guys pull down double duty. I know Dustin, you host some stupid podcast or something.
Yeah, I don't know what stupid podcast that is.
Adrian, I want you're starting to get into like heavy, doing a lot of cover arts and stuff.
yes.
Because please forgive me for asking, who is it that you signed an exclusivity deal with? You're doing all their covers right now.
Off Limits Press.
Thank you. Because my brain.
They just published Haley Piper's follow-up to The Worm and His Kings, Even the Worm Turns. She's a Bram Stoker winner.
Nice.
So,
Yeah, she's definitely
very good writer. Too. Very good writer. So very good author. Sweet person too.
So I know I know the answer, but I want to hear it. Pulling down double duties with all the graphic design and stuff. How does that play into just existing as a person?
I found 6 gray hairs on top of my head this morning that weren't there yesterday. I'm wearing a hat. Oh, shut up, Chris. Shut up, Chris.
You got more. We're all getting it.
Yeah. But I'm the youngest one in here, I think. Right?
Probably.
Yep, probably.
I'm 35.
Yeah, I would say probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Chris is the old fart. He's a grandpa, so I mean. We don't want to go down that road where Chris and I just start busting each other's balls because that will go on forever.
Yeah, I saw the face. He's like, keep it up, Adrian.
He'll have those like weird Southern clapback things of like analogies that don't make any sense to me. What's that guy? What's the guy from Walking Dead with the mullet?
Daryl?
No, the one that's smart and deals with the radios and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
He always
I know
has
who you're talking about.
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember.
He always has some weird Southern idiom to say to something. Everyone's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah,
that's Chris. He'll say something and go, I get your gist, but I didn't understand a single reference in that."
I get the vibe you're going for.
Yeah.
Good try.
What is everybody? What's everybody? I don't know how. Since everybody's, I feel like things have calmed down for you guys. What's going on in your lives right now? I say calm down, but compared to what it was, it's definitely calmed down. At least I would hope so. No, still no.
Define calm.
Yeah.
I know you. Well, let's know things were hurricane status. Let's say, yeah. Because I do. I feel for you guys, but I think it's a testament to how strong you guys are and how well you work together to be able to come back. Because I remember thinking for months, I was like, "Oh, the magazine's probably done." Not to be a downer, and I would never tell you guys that to your face, but I was absolutely scared.
We all had that thought go through our mind hundreds of times over the last year or two. So,
yeah.
But busy's a good thing.
Yeah.
So.
No. Yeah.
I don't think we're at hurricane status anymore, but there are times, days in my life, I feel like I'm under a off and on thread of a F3 tornado.
Mm-hmm.
There's weird stuff.
He's like, I understood. I guess it's a Southern thing.
I don't know. Hurricanes and tornadoes. You can make a monsoon analogy. I'd get that, but I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's just a little wind and dust, though.
Yeah.
There's not this funnel coming down out of the sky to rip up a whole street out of your town.
Man. Well, I'm gonna make you guys do it. I want everybody to go around and tell me your favorite quality about each other.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
It's first grade all over again.
A bonding. Say
say
your
something-
name.
I got a little story in first grade. There was a girl I liked, had a crush on, and I was wearing an X-Files shirt, and we had to stand up, do that thing, like say one thing about yourself. And I wanted to say, like, stand up and say, like, oh, I like science fiction and stuff, right? And I stood up, and just like the I like turtles kid, I went, I like aliens. And her and her friends started laughing at me, and I think about that all the time. How embarrassed I was.
Uh,
All right.
and that woman's
I like
name was
alien.
I like aliens. Yeah.
man.
I still like aliens, but yeah, you know.
No, it's for the best. I've talked to your wife. Your wife
That one
is
right there. Yeah.
your wife is great.
Yeah.
She's a lovely person.
Oh, I thought you were calling my wife an alien. I was all.
No, I mean
I'm
she
just
could
kidding.
be. I don't know.
Sam? Oh, she's at work.
Good for you. That works.
All right, enough dodging the question though, Adrian. What's your favorite quality about Dustin and Chris?
Well, Dustin's perseverance, because obviously the crap he went through is ridiculous.
Mhm.
And he's a father.
Hmm.
And that's a lot of stress that I don't think I can handle without the crap. So there's that. I'll give him
There's
that.
a lot of crap those first 3 years.
Yeah. So boom.
There is.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And Chris, for the most part, is just optimistic. For the most part, you can complain a little bit here and there, but I mean, you usually take the high route when it comes to how things are going to come out. So he's calm. I've never seen Chris get mad, like legitimately mad. So, voice of reason.
You won't
Yeah.
like me when I'm angry.
Sleeping bear. Chris, what's your favorite qualities about Dustin and Adrian?
I'd like to hear this.
I'll agree with Adrian when he said Dustin has that level of perseverance. For him to have gone through what he went through, I don't even know if you're completely out of the woods yet with it, but you've bounced back.
Mhm.
You've come back a long way from where you were, and that takes a lot. But another thing I feel for my part that I've seen in the videos that you've posted, your TikToks and your Instagram posts, you're cheerful. You come across to me as cheerful. You have this cherub-like demeanor about you.
Cherub.
Uh,
Cherub.
A bearded cherub.
And Adrian,
This is
since I have known him, he has been very supportive of me as a writer. I hadn't given serious thought to writing until after meeting him and just talking with him about Dungeons and Dragons and the campaign that I was working on. And he's kind of been a positive force in a way, and write more. I've had one story published outside of Aphotic Realm, and having that published made me feel like maybe I have a chance at this. I actually got paid for it, and that blew my mind. And it was from a story that I had originally turned in for a class assignment. I'm in my, well, at the time I was 40 and going back to college with the intent of getting a writing degree, which that ship has sailed as far as I'm concerned. I just don't have the time and finances. We all know how expensive college can be. But I was taking a creative writing class, and I had a writing assignment due. And on my way back from one of our trips to Alabama, my daughter got us lost in El Paso, and I had the inspiration for that story.
It's a good
Can
start.
we still find that story? Is that story available?
Yes, I believe it is. It's in an anthology called Wrong Turn.
Okay. Thank you for doing that.
And it's the first story in the book.
Oh, nice.
It's called Detour.
That's a good spot to be in. It's not just for the obvious. It's
Yeah.
like a good. You're setting the tone for the rest of the anthology, so that's a good
Right.
place to be.
Yeah, you want to start strong and end strong. So
Yeah. Well, that's a testament to the story then. All right, Dustin. These two knuckleheads.
All
What's
right.
your favorite quality about them?
I would say Chris is extremely organized and it just like as far as like when you're meticulous about how you speak and you're deliberate with the words you choose, and I appreciate that. And what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, yeah, I mean you're organized. I mean you're on top of things way more than I could ever be. And Adrian,
yeah. Before you answer, the other night Chris had to explain to his son that I just do things certain ways and don't look too much into it. When we're playing Dungeons and Dragons, his son was like, "But," and he's like, "Just Adrian just does is wild card." But
yeah,
Just go with it, son. Just go with it.
yeah.
He's a wild stallion. You can't tame him.
yeah, don't question my methods, especially when I'm like 3-4 beers deep. Then it's just going at that point. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think you've definitely lit a fire, like between under Chris and I, to step up and step out and whatnot. I think that's a good thing.
I've experienced that myself. I'll say that's a good quality about you. I'll say that, Adrian.
Thank
You inspire people. You get people that you know how to you know the right amount of force to kick somebody in the ass to make them
yeah, I
keep
mean,
going.
what are you doing if you're not doing anything? All right.
Yeah.
That's also a sign of mania, but it's a different time and place to talk about that element.
Well, I'm super distracted by that hat. Is that something you can buy elsewhere?
You can buy it on our website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love that new logo. I do like it. Or should I just title logo?
Oh. Well, I gotta have a metal logo hat.
Yep.
So, you know.
It's still kind of legible though.
Yeah, I didn't want to go, full black metal or gore grind on it, but yeah. So.
Well, what's everybody's? I don't know. Let's casually. What's everybody's plans for the spring, for the summer? What you guys working on that we haven't talked about?
I have a billion commissions to catch up on. Tonight, I'm formatting Leo's Burnt Portraits screenplay into book form, and then he's gonna put it on Apple TV and Prime and stuff. So I have to make the thumbnails and stuff for that.
That's cool.
Which is,
I believe we're having Leo on in a future episode.
okay, cool.
That's cool.
I love Leo. He's such a sweetheart.
Leo's the best, man.
He texted me this morning and he's all, "Just so you know, Queer Eye, new season of Queer Eye's out." Because we like to talk about feel good and trash TV, like reality shows. He watches it with his husband, and Sam and I watch it. So, yeah. Doing that. I got a couple other I just got a bunch of crap I got to do. So, I got the next month and a half scheduled out. It's just a bunch of commission work and stuff. So,
yeah.
Chris, what are you up to, man? What you got planned?
Well, I've got 3 works in progress that I need to sit down and work on.
Okay.
One of them is actually for an upcoming production that we have coming. Adrian alluded to it briefly a moment ago. The other two have just been long overdue. One of them especially. So I'm going to be working on that, and then trying to get back in the saddle with my D&D hobby.
There we go.
I got to get in on D&D.
Yeah, I've been waiting. And listen, okay, this I think is the perfect platform. This right here to be able to stream and share our absolutely ravenous antics, outrageous antics on
Chris
just bounced.
It's like, you're on your own, man.
That was perfect timing.
I know that was basically Chris. Like, I got an idea. Click.
Oh no, we're live.
Oh, he's coming back in. Oh man,
That was good.
perfect. That was so
I'm
good.
not entirely certain what just happened there.
Well, watch the replay. The timing was perfection.
Like, Chris, you should totally implement this, and you're like, bloop.
Oh, man.
There's some of that accidental organization that Dustin was talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, I just think this would be the perfect platform to stream our D&D campaign to Patreon. We've talked about doing that a bunch of times. I think it would be perfect.
Well, I would be game. No pun intended. Being a noob, somebody definitely have to do some hold handing, but I've never.
I mean, we can always do it under the Geek-Men banner. It doesn't have to be the Aphotic Realm banner. Kind of doesn't make sense with the Aphotic Realm, but.
Can you imagine live streams with Geek-Men playing D&D? That actually does sound like a fun idea.
It does. It sounds
just do like once a month or something.
Yeah,
We could go chaotic mode. Chris and I will play one character with split personalities, and we'll DM every other session and have to pick up where the other one left off.
Oh boy.
That sounds fun.
Full ad lib, Chris. I know Chris is a big planner, but some nights I just ad lib the crap out of it. I just use like generation tables that I roll on, especially if you guys were doing ridiculous stuff, or there's going to be a filler session. That's something that would be fun. I'd set you up so good, Chris. So good.
Oh, it sounds like a sabotage waiting to happen.
Yeah.
The best writing comes from hurdles,
That's
So.
true.
Well, okay, so all right, so there was a Twitter a thing that happened on Twitter a while ago. It was like you had to continue the story, and so you had to write a sentence or however many sentences to fill in the next thing. Like, first, this person trounced through the woods, and then the next person is like, and then they saw this, and then the next person's like, then they saw this, and it came to me, and I was like, and then there was the mighty chicken, and I don't know, it was funny, but yes, I agree.
Chaos.
It was a fun.
Absolute chaos. Well, yeah, we should look into doing that. Oh, yeah. Dustin, what you got going on? I know you got just with the kids and everything too.
Yeah,
what you scheming?
We got some family stuff going on, like Mother's Day, and then I think we have a trip to the zoo planned with their schools, and meanwhile, appointments in and out all through there. So yeah.
Keep that chin. You should show everybody that horrendous bowling accident injury.
Yeah, it's getting better
Massive.
today, but yeah, I went bowling and I didn't move my leg out of the way quick enough, and my hand slammed my knee, and with this huge 13-pound ball, and it was just like, stumbled, tried to recover, and it was just like, wow, almost fell onto the lanes, and then had to finish bowling the frame. But man, I was like, wow, that hurt. And I'm on things that already dull the pain, the pain receptors. So I can't imagine what it would be like if I wasn't on like those.
So were you just like, oh, that's funny. Anyway.
Well, yeah,
are you
I
okay?
slammed it, and I'm just like, oh man, that hurt. And I sort of hopped and shuffled back to my chair to my chair, and was like, oh yeah, that hurt. And I rubbed my knee, and that was it. And then now it's all like bruised and black and blue.
Jeez.
Yeah. Anyway, he bowled a 284.
No, I
Who
didn't.
knew?
I did not. I think it was a 150. I don't know. Oh, regardless, it was better than my last bowling score, which was 69.
Nice.
69, dude.
Yeah.
Is this a family-friendly podcast?
No.
No, we
Okay.
dropped that.
Yeah.
Especially
Okay.
with the people that we have on.
I was gonna say I just noticed this dick band. Right, it's a thing you put on your head with two dicks.
I know what
Oh.
you're talking about. You can't
It's right
hardly see it though, AJ.
Okay, but it's from a bachelorette party.
Oh, now you can see it.
On the mannequin. But I was like, I might have to crop my screen if they don't want
No.
No. We
No,
should
it is
drop that.
definitely not. And I mean,
You
When
think
we
that would
talk
come from
about-
my wife, but Robin bought that for his 35th birthday or 30th birthday.
oh yeah.
Robin.
I mean, we talk about balls all the time, right? Right, Bo?
Oh, we do. It's so much so that we actually have a commercial that we should play. Let's go ahead and do that.
Segue.
We here at Geek-Men and the Masters of the Thundernerds want to thank our sponsor, Manscaped. Let me ask you something. Have you ever heard the phrase, don't use a hammer when you need a screwdriver? I mean, what if I told you that all those basic trimmers and razors you buy for your upstairs grooming isn't going to have the finesse and precision you need for your bottom half, looking as good as your top deck? You're thinking, oh no, if only someone made such precision engineered tools to help me down there so I can, guess what? Manscaped exists. At least I hope they do, or else I'm not entirely sure who is sponsoring this show. I mean, it's easy to think of as fresh and as clean as I feel all over right now. It's a dream, but nope. Manscaped. And this is far from a secret. I mean, 8 million men. 8 million men. That's 16 million balls just asking for the same kind of attention you pay to your nerd collection. I'll say it again because I know you didn't hear me out of shock. 8 million men worldwide know that if you're not keeping your bottom half as well groomed, then you're only doing half the job. I know, this whole idea of taking better care of your basement sounds new and strange and wonderful, and you don't know where to start. Then guess what? We're going to help you out because you're a fellow Thunder nerd. How about starting with a waterproofed, wholly water-resistant gadget, Batman, a waterproof trimmer that you can use in the shower called the Lawnmower 4.0. 4.0? Doesn't that mean... Yes, it does. 4th generation with all the expected improvements, including a 4,000K LED spotlight, which is ridiculous. It's overkill. But it's gonna help you with even the bushiest of bushes. And paired with a ceramic blade and skin-safe technology, you're gonna keep those grooming accidents down. I appreciate it. And like I said, it's waterproof, so you can use it in the shower to keep the mess contained to the drain. You want the same kind of care for your nose and ears? Yeah, you guessed it, Manscaped want and use the same skin-safe, waterproof technology that they use to make the Weed Whacker, a nose and ear hair trimmer that keeps the cutting and does less of that plucking and tucking and pulling, all those other trimmers that you use. You hate it, right? I know you know. You've been there, you're thinking you buy the cheaper dollar store trimmer and then poink! Tears in your eyes because it plucked the nose hair. It just gets dragged out of your face like a rooted tree. Manscaped won't have that. And when you're looking good, why not revive those mistreated, neglected globes that you've just been ignoring? Like, why not bring that back? You can bring them back because they have a crop provider skin toner to kind of revitalize everything downstairs, and then a crop preserver deodorant to keep you boys fresh. I mean, you weren't just keeping deodorant under your arms, were you? I know this is a lot to take in. You're not sure what you need. Then why not all this? Why not get everything I just said? With the Performance Package 4.0 includes everything that I've just talked about, But Manscaped will even throw in some performance underwear so you won't just shove your junk aside to be forgotten again. And then you can carry all this stuff in the little spiffy travel bag that comes with it as a free gift. The best part, since you're hearing me right now, that means for the next month, when you go to Manscaped and you grab the tools for your family jewels, you'll get 20% off your entire order. And I've been told that, yes, I can confirm Manscaped will also ship your purchase to your home for free. All you got to do is use promo code Thundernerds. That's Thundernerds, all one word, and you will get 20% off your entire order plus free shipping. And this is an exclusive only for you guys listening, our fans, our fellow Thundernerds, just for you. Look, if you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, your confidence goes up. So head on over to manscaped.com, select whatever you want from their site, and throw in the promo code Thundernerds to receive free shipping and an additional 20% off your entire order. Thanks again to Manscaped for sponsoring the show. You know what my favorite part of that ad was? That we had to make Chris and Adrian sit through it.
That was a long one. I mean, it was good. Did you
I was
write the
thoroughly
copy for that?
entertained.
Yeah.
Oh wait, yeah, we got a long and a short one. We figured why not play the long one.
Yeah.
Did you write the copy for it?
Yeah, we had like notes to go through, but yeah, wrote it.
It was,
We
good.
did.
It was entertaining.
Yeah.
It was entertained. Yeah.
Yeah, Bo put a lot of work into that. I prefer that one a lot more than the other one.
I like the other one too. They're both good.
They are, but I like yours better.
We should you guys go ahead and order some Manscaped stuff.
Well, I'm just sitting here thinking I've got the 2.0. I didn't know they had a 4.
It has a light on it.
Well, the 2.0 does as well, but
Oh, does it?
yeah, the one at the 4.0, that's yeah.
Does it charge wirelessly?
No, it doesn't.
You know what to do then.
Yeah.
I keep looking at every time I use that thing. It's like this is the trimmer that Batman would use.
You're right. He would.
It's very sleek and elegant. I've lost Adrian.
Sorry, my dogs are climbing all over me. I think they got to go potty here.
Yeah, well, we're good. We're wrapping up. Is there anything else that anybody wants to say? Will you forever hold your peace for this episode?
Pick up a copy of Aphotic Realm.
Yeah.
Buy the books.
Find us on Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah, let's get that back up. Yeah, follow them on Instagram. Go get an issue of this. It's so nothing but good words so far. I'm so excited to get my copy.
Yeah. Buy that. Buy God Forbid. Buy Siphon. Buy Where Dragonflies Dance.
Yes,
Man,
also,
By the Nightcrawler.
Buy the Nightcrawler.
fantastic books.
Yeah.
Thank you. Get Manscaped.
Yes, do that.
Go buy art from me. FabledBeastDesign.wordpress.com.
That's right.
I got a mortgage and I have multiple puppies that are very needy. This is Sansa, by the way.
Nice.
We call her Ruru. And then Johnny Rico's down here.
We got to show. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we
Here's
got
Ruru.
Matson.
What-
She's adorable.
Let me get this stupid ass quick.
Rico,
This is
you know
Johnny,
what to do.
Johnny Rico.
Great name, by the way.
Thank you. If he wasn't distracted by attacking the cat right now, I trained him when I go, Rico's Roughnecks. He barks once. So,
Nice.
Nice. Yeah.
hey guys, we're going.
Chris, anything you want to add?
No, just rinse, lather, and repeat everything that Adrian just said.
Good,
Efficiency.
Justin.
Same.
Good. Well, I'm so glad I got to talk to you guys. I love when I get to sit down with you guys all at once. It's great.
Yeah.
I love each and every one of you.
We love you too, Bo.
Yep.
Yes.
Well, if you have anything you want us to cover in another show, leave it in the comments. We read everything. And what else am I forgetting, Dustin? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
No, I think you've pretty much done it.
All right.
We're all good.
Everybody have a fabulous night and we will go get your issues, and we'll talk to you later, guys.
Yeah.